Hey guys, KingBall06 here, and we're back with another video. In this video, we're changing things up a little bit, and I will be limiting my commentary and allowing you guys to focus more on the artwork that is on screen. I intend on separating my speed paint videos with videos in which I focus more on my commentary, along with my artwork in the background to support said commentary. So for this video, we're focusing on this artwork here that you should be seeing on the screen, and we're going to start with the initial sketch. I wanted to do some low angle perspective, aka ant's eye perspective, and I didn't have any idea how I was going to approach the background for the final drawing at this time, because when I make my sketches I just focus on this character, and then when I want to turn that into a final drawing, then I do the background for said drawing, then I do the line art, and you guys know the drill by now. But in terms of my approach to low angle perspective, I use a sort of cylinder, and I think about how the cylinder looks if you're looking from the bottom up. And I have the two lines that you probably see on the screen on the left and the right that go toward the top, and at the top it's smaller than the space at the bottom. This sort of method I learned from this video here from Mikey Mega, and that's just generally how I approach low angle and high angle perspectives. For this case of high angle perspectives, it would be the opposite scenario where the top would be wider than the bottom. So yeah, that's what I do. I think of the human body being inside this hypothetical cylinder, and then I exaggerate the proportions to emphasize the perspective that I'm drawing. In this case, I'm making the body wider and longer than if this one were just standing up. I had a vague idea of the clothing, and I gathered some references that you guys have probably seen on the canvas already. So when it came to drawing the face, I just winged it. I had no idea of the character. All I knew is I wanted the character to have short hair. That was the main feature. I had no idea about the eyes, and I didn't want to put much detail into the eyes because due to their perspective, the eyes will be smaller, and they shouldn't be really the main focus of the drawing. The drawing has the character as a whole as the focus, so I didn't necessarily want to draw too much attention by adding a bunch of detail to the eyes, especially considering unless you zoom in you wouldn't really be able to see it. So I kept the hair short, and then I kept the eyes just plain black. When we get to the final drawing, I add a highlight like I usually do. I was massively struggling when it came to the background, more specifically on the trees, since that was the crux of this. The idea is that this gym girl is sitting alone in a park, so the trees have to be believable. I have a reference in the upper left hand corner, I believe, to guide me on this of a park. Despite this, I had to spend a considerable amount of time looking at anime tree references to improve my leaves, because I'm not trying to draw realistic leaves when I generally draw in an anime style, which that's very vague because there are plenty of different styles, but I think you guys get the idea. A cell shaded style. At some point I finished the trees, looked back, and I didn't like them, so I redid them. I got to a point where I was ready to move on, and in this piece I wanted to try more of a fish eye perspective, which is why the background things are more curved. I've seen that in some artworks, especially from Sam Does Arts, and I decided I wanted to take a shot of it, so I did some practice with that as well. Once I was done with this background, everything else just fell into place.
not.
So once I finished the artwork, I made a copy of my of everything on my canvas, which is just the entire artwork itself. Set it to hard light, change the opacity. It depends on each piece, but for this one I set it to 50%, and then use an airbrush eraser to slightly erase some parts to vary the colors and the look a little bit. To add even more to this, I created another layer, brushed in some blues with a pen and fade brush, and set that opacity at 40%, and then I set the blending mode to overlay to give more of a blue tone because I have purple sky. And that's the process of this random girl that I decided to draw. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or enjoy my overall content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing off camera, check out my Discord, Newgrounds, Twitter or X, DeviantArt, and anywhere I am on the internet. All the links should be in the description. Deuces.